All right, welcome. Thank you so much, Obi, as we get ready to rock and roll right now. I'm just logging in here, so I will find everybody. We'll do a little bit of a roll call here for everybody as we get going. Thank you, Miss Adara. It's okay, don't worry, everyone knows who you are. Thank you so much for that drink. Yeah, take care, Obi, and everybody there in the chat. I'm just going to log into my Twitter over here at a new machine. I have that two-step authentication going on here as well. So you got to make sure you have that going through. All right, here we go. Welcome, everybody. It should be a good day. We had a nice day in the market. And remember, we are sponsored by Benzinga. So as soon as Gitlab comes through, man, we will have it for you. Here is the Benzinga Pro platform right now. It's just going to come rolling through here. Tesla right now, different kind of news stories coming out. As soon as we see something, Bitcoin and Ethereum surge to yearly highs, as we could see some of that. So as soon as Gitlab comes in, we will have that. We are very, very excited to have Michael Nauss coming through again here today, talk about some of the ideas that he may have. Again, the ES, nice moves today. 16,000 in sight, obviously there for the NASDAQ, as we will talk about some of these movers today. You did have some nice movement, and maybe Michael as well. We could talk a little bit about gold, as that was down 2%, as my eyes are still looking for that number from Gitlab. I don't know exactly when they will report, but we do also have trade ideas here, and what that's going to do is going to refresh it, push start, refresh it, and push start. These are races. So anything that starts to move, like there's SSNT today, anything that moves here in the after hours will show up right here, which will alert my eyes and my attention. So we do have a nice little rundown for you here today, including another play for you tonight on the Monday Night Football. We've been really hot fire. I think we're about 4-1, maybe 5-2 since we started giving some of these plays. There's SSNT with a huge move today. GTLB not out yet, but if it is, we'll see a movement here. Whoa, there it is. Maybe it is out. Nice little move upside into $54. If we do have Gitlab, I will bring it to you. I'm not seeing it cross yet, but if we do have it, we will give it to you. Who is here with me right now? Thank you so much for staying late. As we talk about it, traders stay late, and that's what we're doing right now, to talk a little bit about these markets and potentially give you some ideas for tomorrow. Today was a relatively flat day. I mean, we were up today, but the market was relatively flat. We had some huge trades early. The big one that I want to talk about, and we will get over this, is going to be Uber with the inclusion into, and who's here, by the way? Yo, what's up, Chef Joe? Tom's Trades, Hertz Scramblers here. Streamlabs is here. Alec Davis, Bears vs. Bulls. Emma Fernandez, what's up, Emma? Big hi to everybody. What's up, Marie? Dewey is saying hi. Mr. Westermeyer is here. Hey, I don't know why I do it either. Yeah, let's see Kramer trade while he does his show. Let's see anybody do it. What's up, Gerald? It is roll call right now. Do I have the stream deck? Yes, I do. There it is. It's roll call. Oh, Rivian, thank you so much. Paulie D, I like those little goat emojis. What's up to Ozan and everybody that's here? All right, you know what, Mr. Michael Nauss and everybody? What's up with that for gold right now? A nice little pullback, and I'm just playing around. Gold's been an absolutely monster call for those of you that have been in it. You can get, again, good leverage in this name. If you're trading some ETFs, 2 times the leverage, 3 times the leverage, nice move back up as gold hits the top, then falls back down. We'll see maybe if Michael still likes this one. GLD to the moon. I think he was calling 2,500 on spot. We'll see. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but gold making a move down today, as well as the Chinese. Okay. Here we go, baby. This FXI. I did not notice this was at $25. FXI today. This is the large cap Chinese ETF, right? And so, as you can see, we are breaking below basically year lows, man. This goes all the way back to last November when we saw $25. So for me, although we've been talking not necessarily bad about Alibaba, but look what's been happening to Alibaba as it continues to go down. There was a story today, I can't remember exactly what it was, but Alibaba got overtaken. There was something about Alibaba down 30% on the year, Pinduoduo up 70%. Charlie Munger, again, passed away, so sorry to hear about that, but he was definitely one of the supporters or liked Alibaba long, and again, we'll wait to hear more about the positioning, but this has been really gotten killed here. $72. Did NIO break 7? Not that it matters. Poor Neil will be sad if and when this breaks $7. That's a big little level there. big little level down there at $7. So we will watch out for that one coming through. Look, as far as Benzinga is concerned, I don't see anything for Gitlab yet. So let's just have a quick, oh, what? As if that just popped in as we just said that right there, like that's crazy. There's Gitlab right now, 9 cents, beats minus. Looks like they're turning profitability right now. GTLB, I feel like that was a little bit out of the blue there. So yes sir, there it is. Let's go, man. I don't know, let's just go like this. It's a nice move up for GTLB right now. Look at these levels, 60, okay. Well, guess where we are triggered right now? Up to $62. It's 20%. It's a blowout number for Gitlab with 8% short. It is starting to get going there. GTLB now, nice move back up to the upside, $149 million worth of sales, beating 141. A clear beat right now for Gitlab. Looks like they beat on the top and the bottom. EPS beat, sales beat. We will wait for the guide. I would say higher guide. Why not? Nice little move there. As you could see, some people talking about it right now. There's the GTLB report. You are correct, Mr. Tony Majid. As we go to the upside now for GTLB, nice move, upside 61 and change, taking it all out. All right, the regional banks continue to be strong, including the leader out of all the sectors today, up 1.4%. There we go. It is the KRE, well above the 50-period moving average, looking to take out $50 now, upside on KRE. Congratulations, anybody that had that one. Shout out to Obi. He's still there, man. Obi talked to me today. XHB. It's the home builders. And wow, is it the home builders? We were saying, oh man, poor Warren, he's out of the money right now. What kind of a call was that on home builders? How about back to, not all-time highs, but recent highs there as we take out that summer level of $85. It's Hydration Nation. Everyone take a shot of whatever's in front of you. We don't have that vodka bottle in front of you. Oh, I see Michael Nauss. He is getting ready to come through. I hope his back is okay. That guy was shoveling and shoveling and shoveling when we got through there. He said between 15 to 20 centimeters. I think it's what, 2.5, 3 centimeters per inch, something like that. So I think you're around 6, 7 inches of snow there in Halifax. So thank you for coming through again, Mr. Michael Nauss. He will be on very, very shortly. Michael, if you're listening, I want to hear a little bit about gold. Gold today, one of the worst ETFs in the spot. Also silver coming through. And I don't think we need to panic about where gold's at, man. It's still near highs, as is silver. Both pulling back just a little bit off of some of those highs. XRT, we saw you know what's so funny? The XRT holdings are actually well weighted with CVNA. So Carvana today, again, up 14%, not %, helping out the XRT ETF to the upside. I know, it's really funny, right? So if I just have XRT holdings and we do this, we've already done this on the show once, and it was, I wonder if, I don't think, you know what would be really cool, and we're going to have Michael on in a second. I wonder if Trade Ideas does have the holdings of all of these ETFs somewhere in there. All right, here's the top 10 holdings for XRT. Murphy USA, Foot Locker. We can look at that. Abercrombie Gap, Casey's. I thought Carvana, maybe it wasn't XRT, maybe it was something else, that I was really surprised that had Carvana in it. It must not have been. Maybe it was consumer discretionary. But anyways, here's the top 10 holdings right now for this big ETF. Looks like Foot Locker. Let's have a quick look at what Foot Locker did today, because that would make a little bit of sense, as Foot Locker's definitely off the bottoms as well. Yeah, there's Foot Locker taking out, or trying to take out 30. Wow, this is looking real nice as well. Foot Locker definitely off the bottom. They have a new CEO. The CEO from Ulta Beauty. She's obviously, not obviously, but she, I keep saying she, female name coming through. I'm losing the thought of her name right now, but from Ulta Beauty, definitely a few quarters. Nice move back up to the upside right now for FL, Foot Locker. There's XHB, the home builders. Nice talk there. As Toll Brothers, also, this is going to be a daily chart, so maybe if I can zoom back out, but Toll Brothers also making a move back upside. Oh no, sorry, that's TOL. TOL is what we're looking for Toll Brothers. There it is right now, taking out some highs. Again, look at this. like we're gonna have a CMT on, but these 50 period, 200 period moving averages on some of these ETFs and some of the indexes have been so damn good. Look at the IWM. I mean, this one, look at this busting through the 200 period of 180 up to 186. IWM, the Russell, also holding higher and higher as this tends to go upside here as well. Nice move there for IWM today. All right. Energy, little down, XLE down today. USO, interesting thing about XLE and USO, we are all around the 200 period moving averages as oil and OPEC going to come into some problems, but I would say let's not worry too much about this as XLE. People are going to still need energy. I still like USO and XLE to move forward as we go. Just quickly, GTLB, we talked a little bit about earnings. We can go over to earnings now. I do want to talk about HUD 8 as well. Look at Gitlab right now. Nice move to the upside. Quickly on GTLB, I saw some, here it is right here. Here it is. So what is Gitlab seeing now? Q4 adjusted EPS. Again, they're saying they're going to be profitable next quarter as well. So that's going to be a good one, as well as an increase in revenue. So we'll find out what's going on. They also see forward year 2024, 12 to 13 versus red minus 6 cents. So again, Gitlab, if you're looking for some names that are going to turn a profit, it looks like Gitlab is saying they will. We saw what happened with Uber today, joining the S&P on that inclusion happening on Friday. Nice move up for Uber. But you guys know what I was talking about. Today, since we're going to talk about some earnings plays, we'll talk about HUD 8. But look what we talked about here today. And we're going to get to Sean's tweets. Those are coming up soon. But look at Uber. Fade the news. Let's look at 61 short there. That's what we had today on Uber. Let's go over to my trades. We don't need to look at trade ideas for this. Uber today, look at all purple or shorts, man. We shorted this thing at 61. Look at the close, 58.75. Big one, but we should have reshorted there. Our best out today, 59.75, about $1 clean, but Uber continues its downside move off of that inclusion into the S&P 500. So again, a nice move back down in for all of this, but movements downside here for Uber. We do want to talk to Michael about this, and I know he wants to talk to me. So yeah, whenever we're ready, maybe we could call Michael through as we're getting close to this. Anything else catching my eye here? Okay, so SMH, we did talk about SMH not holding these highs. Look, this is the last time NVIDIA reported downside. Here's when NVIDIA reported now, possible more downside moves. Did NVIDIA close above or below 450? It looks like they hold the fort there today. We bounced off 451. NVIDIA with a nice move in, but giving some back here into the close. Okay, if we're ready, we are. It's Trader Talk. Let's bring them on. Which way? This way for me? Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey, Michael, how are you? Oh, look what I can see on your face. You got a little bit of sun today, it seems like, being out there. First of all, how's the back? How is the shoveling? And thank you so much for taking time to come on the show.
Hey, the back is fine right now. We got to see what happens tomorrow. That's always when it really hits you, when you get out of bed tomorrow. But let's hope I'm still not too old, I guess, to shovel my driveway without serious problems.
Stop it. You're not too old. Me and you went back and forth there. It's nice when you have maybe a skip the gym day because you're snowed in, but then you also get the workout with the snow. Okay, we talked a little bit about Uber. I'm not sure if we talked about it earlier with you when you were on at 8:45 on the morning show, but for me, it was kind of an easy trade today. I thought, for me personally, I like to sell the news all of the time, man. Buy the rumor, sell the news. We did it when they released that Oculus 3 with Meta. Same type of thing here with Tesla over the last couple of days. Now you're starting to see pullbacks happening in Uber. So anything catch your eye with this trade? I know if you zoom back, there's some big levels back there near 61, 62. So if you don't mind, I don't know if I caught you off guard a little bit right there with Uber, but we could talk about anything you want, Michael.
No, I'm just bringing up my charts now, but I do like to take these moments of stocks that are moving into and out of the S&P 500 and these major ETFs to kind of remind people of the simple truth that there is no There is no such thing as passive or passive investing, right? There's this big lie I think that's told to everybody about, hey, you can either trade your money or invest your money yourself, or you can just passively invest it somewhere else. But what we're seeing today, and I got a couple charts to go through with this, is that again, that's not the case. There is no such thing as this passive style investing. Basically, you're just letting the S&P committee at the S&P 500 do this for you. And it's very interesting. If you take a look at our charts here that I have for Uber, let's actually go all the way. We're going to hit a monthly chart. We're going to hit a long-term chart. So this thing has gone from 20 up to $60, and then it was added into the S&P 500.
Right.
The other ones that were added, what JBL today didn't get as much play, but that was added, and another monster uptrend, and
Yep.
then just added today. I think the last one, I've got my notes over here, but the last one was BLDR or Builders. Um, and that was also a pretty monster uptrend. So the point I'm trying to get to, and we can go through the ones that were removed, and they were all opposites, right? So BLDR, Uber, and JBL, all massive uptrends. The ones that were selling off have been selling or removed have been selling off for a long period of
Yep.
time. So for a short-term trade, the buy the rumor, sell the news, I think is a great little trade. But for the long-term people, I think it really makes sense to kind of zoom out and say, oh, this is just the S&P 500 is just a relative strength investing style. And that's what I talk about myself and you guys talk about even on the day trading front all the time is you just buy the strongest stuff and sell stuff that's no longer working. It's what the S&P 500 does, and it seems to work for them in the long run.
I just wanted to talk a little bit about that passive investing because what you're referring to, I think, is a little bit different than what I'm understanding. Do you just mean, like, when I think about passive investing, I almost think about kind of like dollar cost averaging, almost like where you just buy the S&P 500 maybe once every quarter or once every month, and you just passively put your money into the market. You're not trading it in and out. You're kind of just hoping for that sort of an uptrend. Did you mean passively trading some of these names? Or do you mean, for example, just investing in general? Because I know that passive investing has been really a trend lately where there's a lot of traders, and I keep hearing it, there's money on the sidelines, there's this, there's that. I don't mind that for a longer term strategy, but what is your sort of negativity about maybe dollar cost averaging, or are we a little bit offside here with what I'm thinking?
No, I think dollar cost averaging is fine. I think the point I'm trying to make is that the instrument, the S&P 500, that
Okay,
people think is a passive vehicle, is
right,
not a passive vehicle. If you are dollar costing average in the S&P 500, that's no difference from dollar costing averaging into a bunch of names that you
right,
like yourself.
right,
So, I think a lot of people say, "Oh, it's the S&P 500, therefore it's a passive vehicle." No, it has money managers. So you're just kind of outsourcing the work for them. And if
right.
that's what you're trying to do, that's great. I just think we should remove the passive aspect because, as you can see, every quarter they're very active on what they're buying and what they're selling. No different than any other investor would be.
Yeah, and I think you're right with that one too, because with the lower fees associated with our own individual trading, I mean, some ETFs are literally free to get in and out. So why not get in and out of positions when you see them hit key levels? You want to talk about key levels? You and I have gone back and forth about gold. And I know that you've been pounding the table with a lot of different ideas. You brought us Barrick Gold, I think a couple months ago. That was working. You can grab the dividend and everything with that name as well. But I know you've been looking at gold, and we talked about it over the monthly charts. You were talking about breaking highs, and we sort of did that. I have GLD up here for myself. I was actually just looking at Solar Edge because that was one of the names that came out. But gold, again, another great call. Bouncing off the 50 and the 200 period here on a daily. But we just ran into a bit of trouble here where we saw 190 on GLD back into springtime highs. So again, if we are managing our position and we are maybe long gold, I would always think about taking something out when we get to some of these levels, because you could be right and you could be wrong when levels bump up like this. We saw it with oil hitting some of that with XLE and now fading back in and now hovering. Is it time to maybe ring the register on a little bit of this GLD?
Well, I actually did a little bit today, but I am looking to reload. So up on my screen right now, I have the monthly chart from gold. So on Friday, I did a monthly review, and we went through, because the time that I was on lined it up with the end of the monthly charts. So we went through tons of monthly charts, and gold was one of them. And gold at the end of the month made an all-time monthly closing high.
Right.
Obviously, bullish for the long run. That's exactly what you want, an all-time high. But I did mention all of these topping tails you can see in the chart going back years, where each time we kind of hit one of these, we seem to reject from them. So that was a bit of a warning that I put out and said, hey, if we start to see this action again, I'm going to pull the trigger. However, I think after 2 giant months up in a row, having a couple weeks or even a week or 2 of consolidation is probably overall bullish. So, although I took some off the table just for safety's sake, I'm watching this kind of 190 area, you could say, on the S or on gold. If we get and hold back above there and I see another kind of weekly close above that area, I think I'm going to add back in what I sold, and maybe even a little bit more, because we are on the crux of this breakout. So I want to make sure that if we break out, I'm involved. But just like you said, as we're getting near that area that we've rejected so many times, I did want to pay myself a little bit on what was a really good trade.
No, I do. We've had Brian Shannon on, of course, and you know, a friend of yours as well, and he's talked to us about, and I was like giving him credit for one of his Affirm trades. He's like, I'm actually out because it hit his levels, and he gets out sometimes a third, and you always have to pay yourself. And I think part of that goes to the style of trader that maybe you are. Like if you're a swing trader, you want to get out and then regroup. And you hit uranium, by the way. That was another fantastic look for you as well. So, all right. I want to ask you this because sometimes I'm looking online and I see you always talking about crypto. So do you think gold and Bitcoin, have you seen any studies sort of tying those two together? I know gold is a lot, maybe more calm than Bitcoin, but this recent move up into 190 there for GLD, then you get Bitcoin breaking through 40,000. Maybe people are just looking for other alternatives other than that passive sort of investing in these markets with these ETFs. I mean, I'm enjoying this Bitcoin run up. Maybe there's something with gold and Bitcoin. I don't know. Any thoughts on that?
The problem, and I have done a lot more studying on crypto. The problem with it is the amount of data that we have on crypto is so little.
Right.
Usually when I bring you guys a relative strength model, I've tested that back like 15, 20 years, right? So I want a lot of data, but crypto is so new. Now, what I will say in the long run, from what we've seen so far, crypto is actually way more correlated to the NASDAQ than any other commodity or
Yes.
index other. A
Yes.
lot of people treat it almost like it's just another speculative tech kind of investment. So that makes a lot of sense to me. I get the narrative of Bitcoin being kind of the digital gold. For me, I'm playing these things a lot, like we talked about. I actually
Mara.
mentioned Mara. I have up here on the chart. Way back around $10. I'm in some of that. It's sitting around 15. What I loved about that, and I mentioned this on the show at the time, is that if we broke and we held through this $10 area, there's a 26% short float in Mara. That could get us
Yes.
very,
Yes.
very big. 15 is fantastic. I think I mentioned it would be a very Merry Christmas if it got there, and it did. Now my eyes are set on 20 if we're able to hold that. So, again, for the people who are looking at stocks and they're looking for a way to make sure that they can get involved in the crypto space, look at some of these miners. They have incredibly high short floats, and I think you can get a lot of juice in them if we get this continued rally in the crypto space.
I'm going to give a little bang for you because that is 1,000% accurate. You did call that Mara down at $10. And just for me, if you come over to my screen real quick, just as a support and resistance kind of guy, that $10 break, I mean, even if you gave that back into 8 or 9, like you're well in now. Great trade. You definitely brought that to everyone's attention. I remember you saying you could get a little more juice out of some of these miners. And wow, Michael, Coinbase, another name that has have you heard anything about this? Because I'm trying to think to myself, why in the world is Coinbase up 100% in a month while we have Bitcoin obviously not up 100%, but this is completely I don't know, unhinged from any reality, in my opinion. Coinbase continues to make moves. For me, this is a short, but I'm not, I mean, we can analyze it as much as we want, but wow, I'm surprised. And I'm just asking you maybe, because you know, you have your ear to the ground as well. What's up with Coinbase? Is this surprising you? Or I don't know. For me, it's a little
It's
offside here all the way up at 150.
Yeah, to me, it's overextended as well. Now, I did talk to a buddy of mine, actually, Crypto Burp, who I had
Yep,
on the
yep.
other day. Was on his podcast on Saturday, and we spoke a little bit about this offline. Me and him chat all the time. His theory, and I think it makes a whole lot of sense,
Okay.
is that when all of these companies have been filing for their Bitcoin ETF, they're being asked who will be their custodian. Where are they going to
Ah,
trade these Bitcoin? Because as an ETF grows and gets more investment, they're going to have to go and buy more Bitcoin. So they all got asked by the SEC, where are they going to do these trades? And they all answered Coinbase. So I think that's the play that's going on right now, is that people are seeing Coinbase be potentially the institutional crypto, where, or the institutional exchange, where they've Coinbase has done a very
yep.
good job. I spent some time in the crypto space when it was getting started. They've done a very good job trying to front run regulation. They've gone to the SEC, they've gone to the CTFC, and they said, "Hey, here, I know you don't want them because we're not regulated, but here's all of our books. Here's everything open." The CEO has been trying to front run this regulation the best he can, and in return, he's getting this institutional kind of sign of support. When BlackRock comes and talks to the SEC and says, "Yes, I'm going to use Coinbase as my crypto exchange and as my custodian," I think the street is paying attention to that right now. But I agree with you. This move is a little bit too done. I don't know how they're going to make their money off this. We see, Robinhood and all of these other brokers going to zero commission.
Yeah.
It makes me think that crypto is probably going to do the same thing, and we see what that whole race to zero has done to a lot of these brokers. So a little overdone to me, but I think it's just this institutional story that's getting at play.
Yep. Okay. I talked about that live on the show today. I just thought like Coinbase is the one. It's been anointed the one. So thanks for that. And a big shout out to Crypto Burb. Adrian Zadunchuk. I was impressed when I pronounced his name properly, and I think he was as well. So I'm going to keep on doing that. Michael Nauss, thank you so much for joining us again today. Did you meet up with some guy named Neil Roberts or no?
I didn't. We emailed a little bit on the weekend. He said he was right into family time, and there was a whole bunch of family around.
All right.
I said, "Listen, that's what you should be doing." And hey, maybe I'll take a little trip up to see you guys at the end of the year. We'll put together a sale or something.
Well, we consider you family around here as well, my friend. So thank you, Michael Nauss. Thank you so much for joining us here every single Monday on the Market Recap Show. Good job there. Good job with all that. I hope more snow coming, or what do they say?
I think we're done. Knock on wood.
Knock on
Can't
wood.
trust the weatherman, but I think we're done for now.
That's it. It's Trader Talk. Thank you, Michael. Take care and good luck this week.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, I need a new button for Sean's tweets because I think this is going to be a fun little segment coming through. And I got to be quick because I got to take my kid to his game today. All right, real quick, man. Stuff I want to talk about. Interesting right here about NVIDIA. This is from Charlie Bilello here coming through. Look, profit margins are probably the most mean reverting series in finance. As NVIDIA's profit margins absolutely rocket, which are doing right now, that just shows everybody, hey, we're in the business of making a lot of money. Maybe you want to join us. But the problem with NVIDIA is foundries and being able to build these chips. You got to have the right processes to build these chips. You got to have what's going on up here. Jensen Huang has that. But I could definitely see NVIDIA pulling back down as maybe you don't need these huge H chips. Maybe AMD and some of the other littler known like Intel. I don't think Intel's there yet, but maybe AMD can match. Whenever you get high profit margins, all of a sudden, look what happens with Tesla, right? Tesla has huge profit margins on their cars. Then they have to start to shrink them down when competition comes in. I thought that was really interesting. And here we go. Another one right now. This is the 60-40. The 60-40 portfolio is actually had its best month since 1976. So that's 60% equity, 40% fixed income. So again, there it is, US 60-40. The best month in the last 30 years is you had equities blasting up, and then near the end of the month, you also had rates starting to go back up. I hate that portfolio diversification, but if you're in it, you just had a good one. All right, that's enough for Sean's tweets as I got to get out of here as well. The one thing I did want to say, Shout out to everybody. Let's do a little bit of roll call right now. We will also have my play of the day. Mr. Westermeyer, thank you so much to Bears vs. Bulls. Andrew here, Arsis, Tisha, Gregory, Michelle, Hayden. Tisha wants me to talk about SSNT always. So there you go. You got another one. I got to get it here. Hayden, Stoyle Stocks, Nick Dubb, Nicole Harris, Coffee and Kids, as well as thank you so much to this person as well for coming through. But there's Coinbase, nice upside. Quick look at Gitlab as well. Let's see what Gitlab is doing, still holding above that $61. Okay, that's it. Next topic is roll call, but it's also Monday Night Football. So quickly, we just did a little bit of a roll call. Shout out to anybody that's here with me right now. Thank you, Alex, BKM Trader, Pauly D, and everybody. All right, look, not only do I gamble here every single day on the show with you live, we throw a little more money around on the show than I do on my own personal account for gambling. The problem with gambling is, it's not a problem. I watch football for fun, but I do like to sprinkle a little on the side. So today's play of the day, let's go. It's banging. We'll hit some calculations here. All right, just real quick before I go. Notice something here. Tonight's game is Jacksonville versus Cincinnati. Look what I see down here. This is NFL team opponent passing yards per game. Look what I see down here. Hey, Jacksonville, how are you right now? Averaging over 255 yards given up per game, right? Not great their last few games. Huge number there for Jacksonville. And I know we don't have Joey B. Cincinnati doesn't have Joe Burrow. They have Browning. But the thing is, look at this. Look at these odds. All Jake Browning has to do is pass for over 217.5 yards. I like the over, if you can't guess. You've got Jamar Chase in the building. You've got T. Higgins coming back. You've got Boyd in there. I think this is an awesome opportunity. Plus, this could be a high-scoring game today between Jacksonville and Cincinnati. Jacksonville's going to put up points on that Cincinnati defense. The only way you can beat them is by putting up points yourselves. It's all about that. I like it. It's going to be a good game for us, hopefully coming through 28th in the league. T. Higgins is back. The Cincinnati Bengals will be trailing. This is your play of the day. It is Jake Browning right there with the over 217.5. So thank you so much for watching. It's another big one. We'll be here tomorrow. It'll be me and Obi at 8:30. Again, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I hope everyone had a great day today. And hey, thank you to Michael Nauss for coming through again. I'm Sean Katina. This is Trader TV Live. Traders stay late, and you did with me, and I thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.